You are watching Issues at Hand on Church of Uganda Family TV. My name is Tumuhere Bruno Edgar. Thank you for joining us on this Good Friday edition. Yes, it is Good Friday and we are now well and truly into the Easter season that starts with Good Friday. Now, when it comes to the Easter season and other festive seasons as well, there are things we need to be very cautious about as far as our security is concerned, whether that is security on the road, security at work. Well, there will be no work for many of us, but security at the workplace, security at home, places of worship, places that hold events, and so much more, even security of our children and our families. So we need to be cautious of our security this season when it comes to the Easter season, because after Easter, life will continue. Remember, when it came to the festival season, in terms of Christmas, we saw that we had a lot of tragic road accidents. So how can we be better this Easter season as we travel to the villages and return? How can we ensure that we enjoy our festive season in safety, in peace, and in wholeness and health and good health? That is what we are talking about this morning. Now, of course, Issues at Hand is proudly brought to you by Protea Hotel Entebbe. If you've not yet made your mind as to where you should spend your Easter, especially with your family, don't worry. Protea Hotel Entebbe will help you make your mind, because it's the right place. You will have a serene environment to be with your family, to also meditate on the Word of God, especially when it comes to the importance of Easter. And then you will also have an amazing opportunity to relax and to work out, because there's a gym. So please, the number is on your screen. Make your reservations and bookings this morning. Don't worry, it's not yet too late. You can still enjoy Good Friday. You can make your way there today, then enjoy Saturday, Sunday, and Easter Monday as well. Anyway, to talk about the guidelines as far as our Easter holiday is concerned when it comes to security, I am joined by Afande Nathan Katumba, who is a community liaison officer at Katwe police station. He has made his return to Good Morning Family and to Issues at Hand. Thank you for rejoining us.
Thank you so much, moderator. Maybe I would correct you a bit. I'm no longer in Katwe. Oh. I am the Regional Community Liaisons Officer, KMP East.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I was elevated. I was elevated to that. Thanks be to the Lord.
We thank God for that promotion.
Thank you.
So, what are the things we should be wary of when it comes to security this Easter season? What are, going back to history and to what as police you see in our history, what are some of the crimes that prop up and some of the things that criminals do during festive seasons, that like Easter, that we should be wary of?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, moderator. We are all aware that criminals usually at this time, when people are out there relaxing, people are out there enjoying, this is when they take chance to break into people's houses. People have left. They have all left. They have gone like to hang out. They have gone to the beach, family parties. These guys take advantage and come and break into houses. We've had a number of house breakings in our areas, that side of Chira division. But when we seriously did research, we realized there was a bit of negligence with the people themselves, because police is in the area. It is very hard for police to give security to each and every house. That one might not be possible. But as individuals, what are we supposed to do to see that we live safe in our neighborhood? One, there is what individually, even the Constitution says it, that you must cooperate with security to be safe where you stay. So you as a citizen, what responsibility do you have to see that you're safe There are things like when people are leaving their houses, they tend to put padlocks out. In most cases, these rentals, people put padlocks out, they don't put anything in. So at the end of the day, someone comes and accesses your house so easily and takes all the things. So we should endeavor to put padlocks inside our doors. Put padlocks inside the doors to see that you harden. There is what we call target hardening in security. You need to harden your target so that when the suspect comes, when the thief comes, it will be hard for him to break into your what? Into your house. When he breaks into your house, I'm very sure he will take a lot of time to break into your house. So that is where we come in. That is where we come in as community liaisons officers, emphasizing on the need of having contacts of security personnel in your area. Endeavor, you will not. It does not do harm on you to pass by your police station, and you get the contact of the OC station. We've held various meetings in villages, on sub-counties, so that people come and attend, and we give them tips, then we give them contacts of area OCs who take those places where they stay. But people don't come. We mostly get ladies. I don't know whether men, for them, they think that they are too busy for work. You cannot be too busy for security. You need to incorporate yourself in security so that you live safe. So I urge people out there, whenever we have meetings at villages, please endeavor to attend. Endeavor to attend, and don't just attend, but get contacts of security people who have come for a meeting, who are hosting a meeting in your areas. We shall curtail some of these activities of these bad guys who come out to break people's houses. So let's endeavor on that.
Now, you spoke of, as far as when it comes to Kira Division, you spoke of negligence that had manifested from some of the people from Kira Division. So for those of us who may not know, you mentioned some things like not securing your house so well in terms of padlocks and locking. What are the other main forms of negligence that some of the people in Kira Division have shown that has led to the right environment for these people to institute break-ins?
There is what we call neighborhood watch system. When you go and rent somewhere, or when you're staying somewhere, maybe you've constructed your house, you feel you can be safe by yourself, and I don't think you can be safe by yourself. But we have a false mind that we can live by ourselves, yes, in the villages, and take care of ourselves by ourselves. Security is joint. When security, you cannot. That is why you see, as police, we come out and we tell people out there to come out and cooperate, so that we can make that chain. We can join together to see that we keep people and their property safe. It is not because we want. It is not because we want it. Yes, but it is because it is the most effective way of seeing that people are safe. People come out in the meetings to complain about the number, about police numbers, about our force multiplier. That is why the IGP comes out every year to recruit officers. The public out there, for them, they complain that we have a police post, we have a police station, but I found the truth is we have only 3 or 4 police officers at that post. when we don't embrace the issue of neighborhood watch, we might not handle that. Because when you address the issue of neighborhood watch, yes, the neighbors out there, it is 10 against 1. The 10 houses come together. We get someone who is like an eye, who will cooperate with the OC of the area. Yes, who will cooperate with the defense of the village to see that we keep safe those 10 houses. We've tried that and it has worked in various areas. But there are people who just don't want to know about that. So at the end of the day, they keep on complaining about being unsafe in their areas. Yes, so we need to embrace that. Yes, we need to come out. Fine, people are busy, but you cannot be busy. You're going to be busy, then thieves will come and break your house. You will be working hard to buy things in the house. Guys will be coming and breaking the house and taking things. So you'll be doing double loss. So let's come out there and we embrace such security precautions of seeing it that we live safe.
Indeed. Now, the reason why we're talking about something you've spoken about is break-ins is because it's very apparent in some of our communities, and it's unfortunate. And that rises from the negligence you've spoken about, but also from the fact that many people are traveling up country when it comes to the Easter season. So can you give us any tips on, apart from neighborhood watch, on how we can, for those of us who might be leaving the house closed without anyone, how we can ensure that as we leave our homes safe and target hardened when it comes to preventing break-ins?
We can target harden target harden by making sure that our burglary installations in the house are hard. When you put burglary in your house, yes, it will be hard for a thief to penetrate into your house. By the time he penetrates, he will take a lot of time and a lot of energy to what? By the grace of God, when it takes a lot of time, we can see how we can be helped. Then the other thing, it will be on side of now security. I urge security OCs out there. Let's emphasize on foot patrols in these areas, because whenever you emphasize on foot patrol, you put visibility on the road, and whenever you've put visibility on the road and you're moving, trust me, these thieves out there will know that police officers are there out patrolling. It will be hard for them to come in the villages and what. Then the other thing might be, let me see. Our security officers out there, we need to do reasonable patrols. What do I call reasonable patrols? These are patrols where the village, whenever I have these meetings, yes, the villages, the people themselves tell us the bad places where these people sit, the bad places where usually crime happens. Yes, and this information is good from the people out there. Whenever I have meetings and people out there don't open up to tell us those places, those spots where they attacked at night, it was going to be hard for us to implement security in those areas. So people should open up, yes, and see to it that they cooperate with security and tell us those bad places where we usually have crime. That is how we can embark on security of these areas and people live safe.
And do you think it's wise then for us to maybe let our neighbors know that we are leaving, or leave the key with someone, or instruct our neighbors, like you said, neighborhood watch, because some of us may leave, some of us leave and our neighbors don't know. So when they hear someone is opening the door, they think you're still around. So how can we work together with our neighbors to ensure that even when we leave, there's someone who is keeping an eye out on the house?
The instance of neighborhood watch, yes, the instance of neighborhood watch, you get contacts. You get contacts of your neighbors. Yes? When you get contacts of your neighbors, usually neighbors get to know that Elvis goes to work. Then Elvis at this time is supposed to be at home. When you fail to come back at home, you can maybe call your neighbor and tell him, you know what, I've not come back because of this and this and this, but trust me, in the morning I'll be there. So your neighbor will be aware that Elvis is not what? Is not at home. You're getting it. So that is the instance of neighborhood watch. Someone will see how to monitor for you. Yes? But it is even best when even the security of the area gets to know about that neighborhood. When the chairman gets to know about that neighborhood, when the chairman gets to know about which tenants are in Senfuka's residence, that is where we come out and we tell people, we tell chairpersons, please register tenants. Register tenants. Whenever we register tenants, whenever chairpersons register tenants, they get contacts of those what? They get contacts of those tenants. So whenever they get contacts of those tenants, it is easier to see how to monitor those tenants in line with security and other things. Yes?
Indeed. So the moral of the story here is that you should know your neighbors and you should have their numbers, so that at least if indeed you live, there's someone who is looking out for your property to ensure that nothing goes awry and nothing goes amiss. Now, that's as far as homes are concerned. But what about the people in the homes, especially when it comes to children? We see that either there are incidences of kidnapping, but also due to the fact that people are at home, since this is a public holiday, from today up to, these are 4 days from now up to Easter Monday, people are at home with especially extended family with children. There are also incidences of domestic violence. How can we ensure that our children are protected as we are enjoying the festivities this Easter season?
Thank you, moderator. Domestic violence is a crime. Domestic violence is a crime. We need to live safe in our neighborhoods, but we cannot live safe when a neighbor is battering a kid of a neighbor. Yes. So whenever such incidents come, because there are sometimes there are incidents which are hard to be avoidable. Like a kid is playing. Maybe he goes and he enters the house of a neighbor, and the neighbor again, in pretense of telling him to get out, he pushes him and maybe the kid falls down. That is crime. That is already a crime. Yes, we are against such crime. We are against such crime. So whenever it happens, please come to police and report. The best alternative is to see how to prevent such crime. And how do you prevent such crime? You see that you curtail your children. You can see how to curtail your children, to tell your children to get playing space, because it is very bad for a kid to leave the neighborhood 100 meters that is going in some other fence to play from there. At the end of the day, the kid is prone to what? To crime. The kid will come from there. Maybe they have beaten him. Yes. Maybe he has fallen on steps, on ladders. Yes. Maybe they were playing and the kid has got some problem there. At the end of the day, it may even be hard to hold captive of the other person in the other residence, because it may be the kid's individual actions that have seen him getting hurt or getting a problem out there. So I urge parents out there, please, you see how to control your children, especially in this festive season, because the kids are not at school. Yes, if it was school, the kids would be controlled well at school. But if the kids are at home, don't assume that you're so busy. At the end of the day, you'll be busy, and the people you're taking care of are going to get issues. So let's try to do to give more effort on our children out there. Let's protect them. Let's see how to embrace them. Yes, and we tell them what they are supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do. You engage your children in work. Engage your children, because whenever you engage your child in work, the mind becomes busy. Yes, the mind becomes busy. There are those petty things to do at home. Engage your children. Teach your children, because whenever you teach a child to do those small things, yes, the child will grow up with a mind of work. Yes, and we know how we are living in this world now. Someone has to grow up knowing what he's supposed to do. Someone has to grow up with that responsibility, and that responsibility is going to begin from home. The child upbringing is going to mold the child to a level of a good citizen in the future. So let it begin now. Thank you.
Indeed, and we need to train our children about security measures to ensure that even while they are playing or they are with other people apart from us in the celebrations, that they are cautious and about their security. And so that's very important, because at the end of Easter, like I said, we don't want to hear stories about children who have gone missing, about children who have been abused either sexually or physically, but also about children who are involved in accidents. Now, I found it in December. It was so disheartening for me, because I remember so many times on Friday during issues at hand, as we were getting to the Christmas period, we had a lot of sensitization. As Uganda Police, you are always sensitizing the masses, and we thank you for that. And we had a lot of people coming here telling people, please be patient on the road. Please don't drive badly. Please don't drive at a high speed. Please. And yet, even after that, after all the sensitization that was done, I remember Uganda Police also had a march as well around the city, sensitizing on the same issue. And a lot of leaders spoke about it on national television, on social media. These discussions were happening, and Uganda Police tried their best to ensure that they were ready to curtail this problem. But we still saw many incidences of road accidents with buses, with border borders, with pedestrians, with cyclists, with cars during the Christmas season. In fact, a huge number of lives were lost and many more were injured. So why is this? Why is it that during the festive season we continue to see that people are not very careful on the road, and we see the rise of road accidents? And secondly, what can we do differently this time around to ensure that as we are traveling for Easter to and fro, that we don't have an issue of loss of lives from accidents?
Thank you. You know, the challenge we have out there. There are people who have a negative perception. They think that it is police against them. So whenever police comes out to implement, for them they think that police is fighting them. And on contrary, it is not that. Police is supposed to protect life and property. Yes? We are supposed to protect life and property. We are supposed to protect you. We are supposed to come out here and tell you that if you do this and this and this, you're prone to danger. So we come out and we sensitize you. We come out and we tell you that on festive seasons, there are very many people who drive, who go up country. So whenever people drive and go up country, whenever people go to their villages to celebrate Christmas, to celebrate Eid days in their villages, yes, we have a lot of vehicles on the road. And whenever I have a lot of vehicles on the road, the utmost risk in terms of accident rises. That is why we come out specifically on festive seasons. We come out and really emphasize more on precautions, on safety on the road. The reason why we come out to emphasize more in festive season, it is because the force multiplier on the road in terms of vehicles has increased. Vehicles are many. So when vehicles are many, at the end of the day, there are people who want to see to it that they drive so fast and reach their destinations to avoid jam. Yes? So whenever you begin increasing speed, yes, whenever you begin increasing speed, you're risking accidents. That is why we come out and we say, we come out and we say there is a speed limit that we want each and everyone to what? To drive. So when we come out and say that, that is the reason, because vehicles are many on the road. Yes, there are some roads that are under repair. Yes, there are some roads that are under repair. So you will come like on Mchana Road, the road is under repair. So for you will drive, you reach where a bridge is. You will not know that there are humps in front. You will hit the hump and people will die. So at the end of the day, we shall lose life and property, maybe the vehicles. So that is why we come out on festive seasons and tell people that please make sure you reduce your speed on the road. When you drive at a low speed, when a hump was hit and you were not aware of that hump, when you reach the hump and you're at a low speed, it is very easy for you to control the vehicle. But when you reach that hump that you didn't know that had been hit on the road, you'll hit the hump and you'll die. Yes, you'll hit the hump and you'll cause loss to the people you're taking. You're taking people to have Christmas out there, but at the end of the day, the family will have a miserable period in life. So let's take serious precautions. If the traffic officer has come out and he has emphasized on issues of safety, don't take it light. If we've come out and we are telling you how we can be safe on the road, please cooperate with us. It is 1, 2, 3 days. It is now a Easter holiday. Friday till maybe Monday. Yes? So those are very many days. So if you don't take good care of yourself in these days, at the end of the day, you might lose your life. And there are people out there who are benefiting from you. So when you lose your life, you're going to cause stunted in the whole family. The whole family people will not go to school because you are the bread earner in the what? So let's if you fail to respect yourself, respect the family that you're taking care of. You remember the kids you have, remember the wife you have, remember the relatives you're taking care of, and see to it that you drive safe on the road. Thank you.
Yes, and it's very important. And when it comes to accidents, I know, like you've said, there are people who decide not to follow the measures that are being given, especially by police. They don't follow the rules and regulations of the road. And so this time around, what is Uganda Police's stance as far as how you are going to ensure that drivers, that cyclists, pedestrians follow the rules and regulations of the law?
Thank you. As usual, we keep on preaching to the people out there about issues of speed. We keep on preaching to people out there about issues of driving license. Yes? Because when you're on the road, you need to have a driving license that has authorized you to go on the road. So if you go on the road and you don't have a driving license, we shall arrest you. We shall impound those vehicles. Vehicles that whenever you're traveling, go check on your vehicle, do service, go check on the tires, check the condition of the vehicle to see to it that where you're going you'll be safe. It is very bad, it is absurd for you to just enter the vehicle and you begin driving when you're going on a journey. You will have issues. Check on those tires. Go to the garages, go to Total Shell and any other petrol stations. Tell those guys to check on the vehicle, the condition of the vehicle, to see to it that when you're beginning a journey, you get out there and you're safe on the road. Then the other thing, let's avoid drinking while driving. People go out there because maybe they are going to celebrate somewhere else. They end up buying bottles of beers and they put in the vehicles. The driver ends up drinking. Yes, they end up getting beer bottles. You begin throwing them down in the vehicle. Where even the driver, where the brakes are, people put bottles there. So at the end of the day, you're driving, you may think that you're stepping on a brake. You will end up stepping on a beer bottle. Then you'll ram into someone's vehicle, you'll ram into a family, you'll ram into a swamp, and you lose your life. So let's take precautions of these minor things that you may think are minor. There are serious things out there. There are serious things out there. You begin littering rubbish in the vehicles. That's why last time Afande Nanga came out and emphasized people to have at least small dustbins in the vehicles. He didn't talk about small dustbins because he has nothing to talk about. No. It is one of the precautions to see that you're safe in the vehicle. Because whenever you have that small dustbin, you're going to litter these bottles in that dustbin. So at the end of the day, you will avoid littering bottles in the vehicle. So when you avoid littering bottles in the vehicle, at your driving point down here, you're going to be safe. But when you litter anywhere, you litter a bottle down here at the brake pads, yes? You'll be driving, you're stepping, thinking you're stepping on the brake, you're stepping on the bottle. At the end of the day, you'll have an accident. So let's try to be careful. Let's try to put forward the things that we talk about so that we are safe. You may think you may have a family in there in the vehicle. Protect that family. Respect the people you're traveling with. Don't just drive anyhow. Thank you.
So are we going to see a heavy deployment of traffic police?
Of course, that one expect it. Whenever we have festive seasons, we have a multiplier of officers on the road. And the reason why we do that simply because we want people to be safe. Yes, please respect our checkpoints. There are various checkpoints on the road. When you reach a checkpoint, respect the way the checkpoint is. Don't begin criticizing that why did they put this, why did they do this. You know, people out there have, I don't know how they, someone begins asking, why is it that they have put that metal in the road and it is covering the road? This is security. We know security better than you who is coming to what? To access the road. We know why we do that. Yes? We have a lot of, sometimes we have thugs who come. They steal and they want to come and pass the roads and go. That is the essence of our checkpoints. That is why we put those checkpoints like that. It is very easy for us to curtail. It will be very easy for us to arrest these thieves who come, who go and rob. That is why we put our checkpoints like that. So for you, when you come on the checkpoint and you want to pass, if vehicles are still passing from the other side, please respect it, be patient. The other vehicles come pass. When the traffic officer authorizes you, you will make your way to the what? When they tell you to park, please park. Because when we tell you to park and for you want to drive off, we have very many checkpoints on that road. Yes? And we have communication. We shall not chase you, but we shall communicate to the next point and you will not pass. And those are all, and whenever an officer stops you and you continue driving, that is already an offense. Leave alone the other offenses where you are going to be charged. But when authority stops you and you continue going, that is automatically an offense. That is and traffic cases, these are express cases. If it is an express case, we shall give you an express EPS. If we fail to give you an express EPS, we shall see to it that we take you in court very fast. Traffic cases, we don't delay. We either take you to court very fast or we give you express penalty very fast. So it is an action against yours. When you think that you can disobey the law, we shall handle you the way you feel. But if you want to be safe, please cooperate with police. cooperate with us. Trust me. If you cooperate with us, we are going to be good to you. But if you want to think that you are above the law, you may not have a safe avenue with police. Thank you.
Indeed, and we have to cooperate with the police during this season so that we avoid unfortunate incidents of accidents. Remember, we have families to take care of, and we have a purpose as to which God has called us to, and it is not right for us to let that enemy steal that purpose away from us by contributing to road accidents. So that is very important. I'm here with Afande Nathan Katumba, and we are still talking about security precautions ahead of the Easter holiday. Now, we've spoken about home, we've spoken about how to secure our children, we've also spoken about how to ensure that our road is secure, especially when it comes to our journeys to and from our places of destination for Easter celebrations. But when it comes to places for destination for celebrations, we have a lot of venues that are going to hold events as far as commemorating Easter celebrations is concerned. We have places of worship, but we also have places like restaurants and entertainment venues. Now, Afande, what are the measures that should be followed by the proprietors of these venues when it comes to ensuring that when people stream into these venues and enjoy the festivities, that people are safe, that these venues are safe, so that we don't have another occurrence like what happened at Freedom City?
Thank you, moderator. Venues are events. Whenever I have events are supposed to be cleared by security. Whenever I have an event that is going to gather people, many people, you're supposed to get clearance from security. You're supposed to get clearance from headquarters. Headquarter pushes you to the commander of that area. So let's not risk to put events when we've not been cleared. We shall inconvenience you. We shall arrest you. We shall impound those gadgets that you brought to put the event. So let's go to headquarters, police headquarters. We get clearance of our events. Whenever you get clearance, it is not only clearance of the papers. No, it is clearance in terms of security, in terms of manpower that you will be given to security. You will be given by security to see that we make your event a safe event for the people out there. This clearance involves gadgets like these walk-in machines. Yes, the walk-in machines. The clearance involves giving you police officers who will help you in checking. The clearance involves surveillance of the area where you're going to put events. We bring our snuffer dogs. Yes, and they first do some surveillance to see that the place is safe. Surveillance in terms safety in terms of the place where you're going to hold the event. We need to come and first visit the place and see whether that place can accommodate people, to see whether that place can accommodate the number of people you've told us that you might have at the event. Those are all precautions to avoid accidents. Those are all precautions to see that the person out there who has come to enjoys safe, and he leaves and he goes at home when he's safe. Precautions to see that where people are going to park their vehicles, who is going to take care of them? Because you cannot, police will secure life and property. You cannot come in an event, you're being secured in the event. When you get back to the parking, your vehicle is not there. Yes? So that is the reason why we need to have clearance of these events. So each and everyone who thinks that he wants to put an event in these festive seasons, please adhere to the rules and regulations of how you're supposed to be cleared. Go to headquarters, be cleared, then come, cooperate with the police out there to see that the event is a success. Thank you.
Indeed, and it's very pivotal because, again, we have a lot of people who are going to go out to these venues to ensure that they enjoy the celebrations when it comes to Easter. And it is our responsibility. It's the responsibility of the proprietors of these venues to ensure that these venues are safe for usage. Now, what, apart from clearance and ensuring that police is heavily invested in in the security of the venue, what else do venue proprietors need to be cognizant of, especially when it comes to things like protecting against any acts of terrorism, things like ensuring that your revelers are not victims of theft, or especially when it comes to things like pickpocketing? How can they ensure that also that the venues are safe, especially inwardly, apart from things like ensuring that there are security personnel around?
Thank you. Usually these are these people, the ones who have put the event. Sometimes we in fact we usually engage them and advise them that fine, we are going to give you security, yes, but security is going to be at those crucial points, like at the entrance, in the parkings, and maybe behind on the walls, yes, on the walls, on the walls, both behind and in front. But we might not have enough security to be in the people out there. Fine, we have crime intelligence. We usually have crime intelligence that we can deploy in there. But usually we cooperate with them and we tell them, if you can maybe do a multiplier in terms of security, in terms of surveillance inside. So what they usually do, they usually go and hire these bouncers. And trust me, we usually cooperate with them to see that the event is a success, usually, till morning. And they have really helped us a lot to see that they boost our security. That is all cooperation with what? That is all police cooperation with the people. If we did not have a good relationship between police and the people, it will be hard for us to incorporate the bouncers to see that we cooperate with them and we make people safe in those events. So let's continue embracing such measures to see that people out there are safe. People who come in these events are safe. Thank you.
We have come to the end of issues at hand today, but in conclusion, Afande, what last word would you like to leave with our family members watching when it comes to ensuring that by the end of the Easter celebrations on Monday and on Tuesday, we come out smiling and we come out safe? Thank you.
Usually what incorporates these events, we go to church because it is the main thing. We go to church and pray. Yes? Let's go to church and let's be vigilant when we're in church. Or let's be vigilant when we have gone to church. Because you may think that you're so safe you've gone to church. At the end of the day, you lose your phone out there. You may think that you're going to church. At the end of the day, you'll negligently leave your vehicle in the parking when it is not locked. You'll come back when things have been vandalized. Yes? Out there, the churches, please put that extra effort of seeing to it that you put people who help in watching people's properties out there. Yes? Then the other thing, it is incumbent of you to see that you cooperate with security and you're kept safe. When you leave this for security only, at the end of the day, you lose it out. You might not get adequate security as you think. So let's try to join hands to see that we live safe in our environments. Let's try to join hands to see that we advise other people. Yes? When you see something is happening and something is wrong, you're driving a vehicle, someone is talking on the phone, the mirrors are down, and maybe those are prone areas. Usually we have phone snatchers. Tell that person, please put your mirror up. They may take your what?
Phone.
They may take your phone. Tell people, these people who move, women move on the borders. Someone is holding a bag. He puts the bag, she puts a bag here. This guy will come and will pull the bag and will take it. Those are all safety measures that we have to do to make sure that we are safe in and out where we go to do our other things. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Afande, for giving us those guidelines, and we need to follow these measures as we start to enjoy. We are starting today, but we are going to continue with the celebrations. So please follow these measures and these guidelines. We want you to be happy, to enjoy your Easter season, but to also be safe, because we are a family and we want each other to prosper and to be safe and secure. So thank you for joining us on Issues at Hand this Friday. Please enjoy your Easter, and we shall return on Tuesday. But for now, it's a God bless you from us, and enjoy your Easter as well as enjoying the Easter programming here on Church of Uganda Family TV.